MixMastaPJ, let's go, Joe!
All right, thanks everybody. I'm MixMastaPJ, and joining me with G.I. Joe here behind me, I've got Mad Mega wearing the proper attire for this run here. It's not quite on Memorial Day. It's not quite Rise and Shine 4 a.m. Get Up Soldier, but we got everything else we can do here. And behind me as well, I've got Infinite Mystery, the legendary NES runner, submitted a run to this game over 8 years ago. Everyone knows the legendary speedrun grandma in the house. Give it up for Infinite Mystery right here. All right, and with that, I got a couple things I gotta preface you guys, because our first trick in this run is like 5 seconds in top. So all these Joes got different like stats and different abilities and different weapons and whatnot there. So just to we'll fast forward past General Hockey for a second, you can see some of these stats here. In this game, they actually matter. Some NES games, they kind of just throw these numbers here to make you think they matter. This guy here is our beast. He's got the best weapon in the game. We're gonna try and escort him to all the important spots to blow it up. But you can see he jumps like garbage, and he's got a low health bar, and he can't really punch that well either. So he carries the really big gun though, so he does a whole lot of work for us. In the very beginning of the game, we're going to be using Duke, who we can't see on the screen right now, to make a jump that Rock and Roll can't make. So that'll be your only time of seeing Duke on screen, so all your Duke fans out there, get ready. No, I'm not rooting for the Blue Devils. I'm a Maryland guy, sorry. But yeah, we're going to get ready to go here in 3, 2, 1, go Joe!
All right, so to get started here, PJ mentioned that Duke has a better jump than Rock and Roll, so he starts with a jump and immediately pauses to switch to Rock and Roll to pick up that gun upgrade. Those gun upgrades are really important. You can see in the bottom right-hand part of the screen here, it says level 1C. We want that to say max by the time we get a little further in the run. So the game opens up with actually a really difficult timing section here. This first screen is actually one of the more difficult to traverse in the game. You're trying to limit the sprites that are on there, and you have to jump to move fast in this game. So you'll see Rock and Roll jumping the whole time. We switch to Snake Eyes here because he throws grenades real fast, and then Rock and Roll to finish off the second stage of this, the second phase of this boss fight, and that's the first stage.
It's one of the trickier levels of the speedrun to do too, and while it wasn't perfect, it was certainly functional there. We definitely one-cycled the boss. In this level here, and all of these headquarters, is more of a maze, and we're placing bombs to blow up the Cobra base, and then our third levels are always to try to escape. So this one's really easy. There's only 2 bombs to place, and then we're gonna try and get out. That number is just the in-game timer, assuming that that's kind of when it's gonna count down to explosion. I haven't waited that long before, but I assume that's what happens there. All right, took care of 1-2's boss here. And as we go to 1-3 here, we're hoping to get Rock and Roll to gun level 3A for this boss. The RNG on this boss can be brutal. It's usually a high reset point for a lot of people going for world records and personal bests, where they're just hoping for the perfect pattern. We're gonna have to do whatever the game gives us here. So you'll hopefully see him just kind of hang out on the right side. We got the good bounce there, that was good. And let's focus here on this boss. Hopefully we get the good RNG. Just stay put on the right side, please, right on the steps. Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Much better.
Great.
All right, Blizzard fans, get ready. You're gonna hopefully only see him right here for just a split second before we switch to Rock and Roll. Blizzard's role in this is to help get us to Antarctica for this mission. Also, if a death is imminent, he'll be the one we'll pause and switch to, so he dies instead. So, yeah, happy Memorial Day, everybody. As we get ready here, we got a couple jumps here and then a couple new strats that have been discovered recently, and that Captain Gridiron is really good at stiff arm in the competition. Guess he's a good running back or lineman or something, and he does some good punch work there, taking care of some snowmobiles for us. And then he's actually gonna punch these missiles off of this, whatever vehicle this is. So this does a lot more damage in the gun, and it's all focused in one spot, as opposed to Rock and Roll's gun, which sprays around a bit. So yeah, 2:44 game time, we'll take that.
Nice fight.
All right, and now we're worried about some, well, we're not really worried about it, but these guys definitely aren't. Some carbon monoxide poisoning. We're riding some helicopters inside this warehouse here. We got to place the checks. Like I said, the Cobra headquarters, we're gonna blow it up. This one has 3 bombs because we're in level 2-2 now. We're gonna take an intentional hit here and just try to dash through this bullet storm and make our way down to checks 2 and 3. And then our boss in this level is actually 3 Buzzbores. It's another G.I. Joe vehicle. It's a vehicle that we'll actually get to see a little bit later and use ourselves. But for now, we get to see how vicious they can be at scaling walls and their orbiting weapons and whatnot. So we'll go place the 3rd check right over here. And there's one more vehicle you guys will see a little bit later. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't even know what the actual technical term is, but this game is actually pretty true to the IP, so that's definitely a nice catch, considering a lot of Nintendo games take a lot of liberties with their intellectual property there and just kind of make it whatever's easy to program. So should be at a good boss fight here, hopefully. Yeah, we got 173.
Nice. Very nice fight. Yeah, so during that boss fight, one of the things that he's trying to do is he's trying to deal damage to the first Buzzbore, but not to kill it.
Here's the tricky jumps.
Yeah, this stage has a series of pixel perfect, frame perfect jumps. So this is a very scary stage. Made it through, still alive.
Get the body massage there. Good G.I. Joe reference there, if you guys remember.
Body massage.
That's the name of that trick. And the other trick in 2-1 with that missile was pork chop sandwiches. Shout out to Albino Black Sheep Newgrounds back in the day. All right. We got rock and roll here. This is our only auto-scroller of the run, so we're going to try and pick up some guns to get up to level max if we can, get the max power, Homer Simpson style, but this is a great time for some donations if you guys have any.
Oh, of course we have donations. We have $50 from Kelsey, who says, "We are so excited to see you on the big screen. We are so proud of everything you do. We love you and miss you, but we know you're there for a good reason. You're the best daddy we could ask for. Love, Lydia and Casey."
Oh, no shout out for the dog, though. Sorry, Samus. You have to use the emotes in chat, guys.
We also have $25 from Sean, who says, "PJ, you made it to the big stage, buddy. Good luck with the run. And thank you, truly, for letting my mom on your car insurance. All the best. Go, Joe."
That's a deep cut. All right, so we are now at 3C, so we get 2 more gun upgrades. I don't really know if the grenades actually help the RNG. I'm pretty sure it's like frame dependent, but it always feels like influence. It's like the people who cross their fingers at the roulette wheel or, pick certain lottery numbers. It doesn't actually increase the probability, but it certainly feels like it does. All right, easy boss fight here. We're just gonna shoot straight up this thing. We got 1 gun upgrade away from max power, so we're in a pretty good spot. This next level, though, you guys get to see the Buzzbore and its hilarity. Nail this jump here, and then I'll let Mad Mega kind of describe how this thing actually operates.
I'm kind of mad that you're asking me to do that, because I'm not entirely certain that it does operate.
It was a trick question. Nobody actually knows how it operates. It sort of scales the wall. You press A to connect and release, but you also press A to jump. So if you touch the wall while you happen to be jumping, it kind of goofs up. Occasionally, if you're holding the D-pad too long, it'll like swap directions on you randomly. So it's just what we're really worried about here is lag management. There's a lot of sprites and stuff all over the screen, and that really affects when you're going for world record pace and stuff like that, where you're trying to manage exactly how long things take. And you guys can see a Buzzbore stumble there. So I'm not using the weapon for a couple of these spots here because I'm just trying to manage how many sprites from the screen. But I'm going to start it right here, so that I can hopefully take out this guy, and the orbiting weapon that I have no real control over is in the right place at the right time when I get there. Otherwise, they kind of just follow a set pattern. It takes a while. You might just be too close or too far from an enemy, and your weapon never actually connects. So there's a little bit of a song and dance here. It's a little bit subtle if you haven't actually tried to drive one of these things before. But we're on good pace here. We've got 3 HP, so that means we can damage boost through one of these little ninja guys up here a little bit further. Normally that's a spot where you'd have to wait. If you were playing like casually through here, you'd try to make sure you take this guy out, but we'll just dash through him and not really worry about our health. If we do lose the 3rd HP there, then we lose the vehicle. So we end up going a little bit slower. This is faster than both. The boss up here.
Yep.
We back live. Anything going good? All right, cool.
There we go.
Well, that's fine. I was afraid I was going to be the reason why this run became the problem. There we go. We're good. Okay.
I want to say thank you to everyone once again for all of your generous donations coming through. They are so much appreciated. We have $50 from Anonymous, no comment, but once again, thank you so much. All of this generosity really makes a difference for people worldwide. All right, with that, I think we're ready to go back to the run, so give it up one more time for MixMastaPJ. Oh, we're not ready to go back to the run. I misread that. But thank you for applauding anyway. That's fine. I appreciate the hype and enthusiasm. I see all these wonderful donations coming in here. I can assure you guys, PJ can still hear me, so I'm going to read a few more for MixMastaPJ. We have Pocketbox with $20 who says, hey PJ, it's the West Coast working crew here. So happy for you making it to your first GDQ, perhaps the first of many. Anyway, good luck and have fun. Let's go, Joe. Thank you so much for that. And again, all of your donations are going towards helping Doctors Without Borders. There are some incredible things that, again, even just $5 can buy. $5 is enough to buy 20 medications to prevent and treat postpartum hemorrhage, 4 treatments to cure adult patients from malaria, 5 rapid tests to diagnose HIV infection, or enough vaccine to immunize 13 children against measles. I love how much just one $5 bill can have such an outsized impact on the world and really help save lives. All right, with that, we are ready this time for realsies to actually go back to G.I. Joe, a real American hero with MixMastaPJ. Take it away.
Man, I really guess the buzzboard does ruin everything, huh? I don't know if it was just sucking too much power out of this room or what. But all right, so we have made it to the boss fight. It was unclear whether or not the video feed had died, so I continued the rest of the level and I'm at the boss fight. This boss is ridiculous. There is a slow strat where you can just stand in the corner and shoot for a long time, and there is a fast strat where you can punch him and stop all the downloading from this giant robot computer. Because I paused in here, it's going to be really tough for me to try and actually sync up and see if I can get the punches in without him grabbing me. But whatever, they broke something, so now we can break something. If we lose Captain Gridiron, who cares? So let's go for it, all right? You guys ready? I'm going to resume here in 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! All right, let's see if we can get some punches. Oh, we're good so far. Don't get grabbed by that claw. Oh, we grabbed double clutch, man. Yeah, so normally you want to be holding right as soon as you walk in, do a big jump. I'm still going to go for it because he's not going to kill me here. It's fine.
He's just going to throw you.
He's just going to waste 15 of our seconds. We got a lot of those left, right? All right, so do a couple bops up here, punch this machine, stop all the download, and they say, right? Oh, we lost Gridiron. That's okay.
Oh, no.
We had to go for it. So now we'll just rock and roll and do it the casual strats. Oh, well, thank you, Buzzbore, for ruining our opportunity to show off the awesome computer hack where you just punch it a bunch of times and it eventually stops. We got enough bullets here. We'll be all right. We'll load it up here at Rock and Roll. He'll take some necessary work for us, and he'll take the claw. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, normally this fight lasts about 4 or 5 seconds if you get the punches perfect. You can jump immediately, go punch the eye, dodge the first claw grab, and then just start putting in work with the punches. And he needed one more shot before he grabbed. That was a clutch grab on his part. Derek White style, but then it's not going to matter anymore. Oh, is that too soon? Sorry, guys. Sorry, Celtics fans, both of you who are watching. All right, so. All right, we're going to climb up here. We're going to use Snake Eyes' awesome jump ability. This is our only time we get one more chance to see Snake Eyes really shine in this game. He can jump really, really well, but man, is his weapon garbage. He actually doesn't really shoot a gun. He uses like little bits of magic, so he has like infinite ammo in that regard. But we got to switch to Rock and Roll to get that last gun, so he is at max power. All right, we lost Snake Eyes. That's okay. That's because we had to use him on the robot. All right, we'll get back in our rhythm here. So we got max power here for Rock and Roll. We'll get some health just in case. Those birds coming.
Birds are jerks.
Yep.
That's all right.
Under normal circumstances, when we try to, in the earlier auto-scroller, when you're going down, you're hoping to get 3 gun upgrades. If you don't get those, this is the stage where you pick up the extra ones, because you see that there's 3 here and after each of these little climbs here. So on the way down, you just switch over to Rock and Roll real quick, grab that gun upgrade, and then switch back to Snake Eyes.
Yeah, we do need to be a little bit careful here with our health. We got a health ration though, so we're feeling a little bit better about that. Oh, another one. I'm waiting for this guy. Normally I can just Snake Eyes, just jump over that clown, but with, there's
nobody to switch to.
Nobody to switch to, that's all right. You know what this means, though? It means we can Snake Eyes it.
That's right.
So we can actually show you guys the way this level's supposed to look when it's like flawless. So we're gonna lose a little gun power in the transaction there, but that's okay, because we got plenty of opportunities to stock up on those. So we'll not get those. Let's just play Snake Eyes super fast. Switch to this one. This would be like if we got 0 guns in the donation section earlier. That will take an intentional hit here. Dash through both of these doofuses. And this level apparently takes place in the New York subway. I've only been a couple of times. I remember some birds, but I don't remember this many birds. But maybe you guys can vouch for the life down there. All right, so through this part, we should go Snake Eyes still. Whoa, good. All right, cool. Safe through there. We're gonna have a really weak gun for this fight though, guys. So we're gonna be real careful with rock and roll. We'll take one intentional hit here from this, and then it'll chase us down, and we hopefully can 2-cycle, because normally we're at max gun here, not at 1D, but we're gonna have to make the most of what's been given to us here. All right, might switch to Captain Gridiron here just to be safe. This is a game that was featured in the Big 20, actually. It's probably what helped get this game a little bit more popularity recently. This is where the category would end for those players. So we're just trying to finish off the boss here, and we do, man, good salvage after that. Right there, we can get back in our rhythm. All right, and one of my most fun stages of the game is this climb here that we're gonna see Snake Eyes show his mad hops. So we're gonna do Gridiron for these first couple jumps because they're right at his height. But then you got Snake Eyes, he's the guy who helps everyone in the grocery store get things off the top shelf. So,
Never skips leg day.
Yeah, and then jumps over helicopters. I mean, I remember when Kobe jumped over a car. You guys remember that commercial? Yeah, well, this guy's jumping over helicopters, all right? So, and then we got this vehicle here. I forget what it's called. I think it's called like the Pogo Pig or something, and it just it does not move left to right very well at all, as you can see. So it's not a vehicle that's typically speedrun friendly, but in a vertical level, it is awesome. So we're gonna take out this guy here by just utilizing a lot of those bulbs there into the boss, and that is it for 4-1. And now we are in the 4-2. We're gonna try and pick up a couple extra gun upgrades here, but this is one of the more adventurous levels. It's a very vertical HQ, where we're gonna be placing a lot of bombs here like we saw in the previous HQ levels. 692 is great, that's a good start. So we're gonna be using Snake Eyes' climbing ability, but there are a couple spots, namely right here, where we're gonna switch to rock and roll because his gun allows us to, well, when it's max power, get through these spots a little bit better, but that's all right. So salvage some stuff there, take out this guy, and let's go get one of these gun upgrades, man. We're on level 2 finally. Now you can see he's shooting 4 bullets out instead of 2. So when we were at max power earlier, we were shooting 10. So let's see if we can get back there, hopefully by level 5. A couple jumps there because jumping is faster than walking, as you guys know. All right, whoop. Go there, back to Snake Eyes, and let's use some verticality here. Oh, we can even get some of these guns for our man here. Get some HP boosts. That's all right. We got plenty of chances to get health in a bit. There's a health and a gun right there. We just gotta do a little bit of recovery here. There we go.
There we go.
Back to Snake Eyes for this. The fire cycle here can be pretty brutal. I mean, in a perfect run, we're not picking up items. We're just flying through that as fast as humanly possible. All right, so we'll do some Gridiron action through here to make sure that we don't lose Snake Eyes. And another gun for rock and roll. Because this boss can be really punishing if things go south. So we're just gonna make sure that we take care of business. Another check mark. We got one more bomb to place, and then we'll go fight Road Pig. He is probably the strongest boss in the game. Just does 4 HP damage to you immediately right off the bat if you're not in the right place there. So we got to be careful with Snake Eyes. This 2 HP. I'm not trying to get. No, never mind. He's got 1 there. We're good. That's fine. And then get another gun. Got to know where all these little guns are for these recovery strats, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. Ooh. You can see how inefficient his jumping is. So that's why we're just trying to get everybody else to carry the gun to the end of the level for us here. And level 3 gun's all right. We'll be okay with this one. We got plenty of spots to improve it later. Look at that, standing on the toe. Look at that toe strength, man. That's military grade steel toe boots right there. As now we can't climb with them though, because he can't jump like Snake Eyes. All right, there we go. So let's climb up here. and take on Road Pig. Now, normally if I had Snake Eyes here, I would do some crazy rock strats, but instead I'm just going to play it safe. We will save the dangerous strats for level 5, because that's when Captain Gridiron and Rock and Roll can really show off a lot of their abilities there. So we'll take a little bit of damage here. It takes a 4-hit shot there from him, but there we go. Road Pig down.
Nice
and if
fight.
you told me I was going to get through here just fine without a death, that's great. That's usually the scariest part of the run when it goes wrong. So we got good health here on Rock and Roll for this boss. Flying a chopper, another vertical level. We can get some guns too. That's always fun. Nope, not one hiding there. There is one hiding here though. All right, so as we get up here to the end of the level, not gonna have time to grab those without getting hit by those missiles that are chasing after me. It's okay, we'll take a hit here, climb on up, and then hopefully take care of this guy pretty quickly. We're gonna get a light beam. It does 3 HP, but it gives us a lot of iframes to be able to dash through. So we're gonna take that and then chase after him, just load him up with bullets. There we go, and that is World 4. We have now conquered the Black Hills of South Dakota. And we are off to the Sahara Desert. And a different Joe leads the mission each time. This time, Rock and Roll was leading the mission for us, and he's bringing his best friends, the Fists of Captain Gridiron and the Mad Hops of Snake Eyes. So we're gonna jump through the desert here. We gotta get a couple of gun upgrades, and then we'll be at, what is it?
Max power.
Max power. So we got this helicopter to take care of first. Normally with max power, we might be able to punch through that guy a little bit, but I'm just gonna try and get the gun upgrade and play it safe. And then 5-3 is where you guys are gonna really see it shine, because the max power gun is gonna be useful for Destro, if you guys follow the G.I. Joe lore. We got that coming up, and then we've got Captain Gridiron just punching his way through an entire stage. So we're gonna try and make sure we escort those guys at full strength. After an interruption and a game over though, being max power here on 5-1, we're in great shape, so make up for it right here. Got a couple of things to take care of with this van. You try to lure the van over here as far left as you can, because as soon as you finish phase 2, you want to be able to shoot this guy driving it. If you are too far right, taking out phase 2, then he just off the screen and you can't take care of him. So here is our final, or no, it's not our final, it's our second to last HQ that we got to blow up here. This one has got plenty of buzzbore action though. It is our last chance to see that wondrous vehicle, but it will do the majority of the work here. So get ready for those same 7 or 8 measures repeating themselves, because the music seems to repeat every time you hit a check mark in this game. But there it is, just waiting for us. They just left it for us to drive. Someone just leaves this thing around. Now, we
Left
were
the
talking.
keys in it.
I know. We were talking before. I'm wondering if, like, this technology, we're grappling on walls and being able to jump and stuff like that, and this is climbing in and out of a warehouse. This could get in the wrong hands. This could be, we could have a bunch of, warehouse workers at Amazon using some of these to move packages around sooner rather than later. Which, if the controls are this bad and it only has 2 buttons and a D-pad, I am really worried for their safety. But hopefully forklifts are still more efficient, I guess. But yeah, we're climbing around here, replacing all the checks. Do an instant fall there as fast as we can to climb to this one. And we got 3 more to place. There's a couple spots where we may take some intentional damage if we have the HP to spare. This is not one of them. We got to wait for that guy to shoot his flamethrower where he's showing off his big guns. But we do have to take him out, because the lag that is produced by leaving the flamethrower guys around could just be a little bit too excessive, especially with all the other bullets and stuff on the screen. So take the high route here. Oh, that was perfect. Didn't take any damage, and we got this flamethrower guy. Okay, we got all the HP to spare. Let's go fast strats. I'm not even gonna use the weapon anymore. We're just gonna go full speed through here. Do a jump, which is way faster than scaling a wall. And I don't have the orbits on the screen, so it's 2 sprites that are moving around quickly we get to ignore. And I can just dash through these guys, and we'll go right to the boss, which is the big old snake. When do you guys wanna explain how that snake works?
Well, let's get there.
Okay, we're right here. We're there. Here's a snake.
All right, so what PJ is going to do here is he's going to go over to the left, and he's going to kind of make this, like, it's kind of a serpentine style through this bottom of the floor here as he has to work his way through. And what he'll do is he'll find this snake enemy here, this boss here, and we're going to stand in the corner, and it opens up a space here. We'll switch over to Captain Gridiron and just punch him down real fast.
Taking him out. That's a great fight. All right, and then here's Captain Gridiron's absolute showcase. Oh, we got a bad bullet, but that's all right.
Nice dodge.
Yeah. I don't drive a truck. All right, let's go down here. Punch those guys. And we take an intentional hit here to get boosted through both of these. Oh no, rats. Never mind. Almost. That's okay. We get to see rock and roll do it instead. Take care of business. Our champion here. There's a couple of spots where rock and roll is a little bit iffy, but that's okay. He's got the big guns, like we said. He's max power. We can get health a little bit later, so I'm not worried about that. His gun does shoot directly through here. We just don't get to do the fast punching strats like you saw at the beginning there with Gridiron. There's a couple interesting little clips that we effectively get to do, but we're just going to play them a little bit safer here as we've had enough downtime today. So we'll do that. Back to the gun. Grab the wall. Yeah, and those little grips there on the wall there are a little bit tricky. You have to put a D-pad input just as you're going up to it. If you're holding it for too long before, it doesn't usually take. So we try to be a little bit more careful with that. We'll switch to Snake Eyes. Yeah, this is not the preferred route, but we'll take care of it anyway. That's fine. Good save. I do need this health up here though now. Watch out for that bullet. I mean, I'm half tempted to just take oh, never mind. I wasn't even half tempted there. All right, so Gridiron and Snake Eyes, and now you guys get to see Gridiron punch, but I got to get some guns here for rock and roll because he's at 1A again. So we'll go get this one first. Man, they say they never can prepare you what's going to happen up here. I had prepared so many things for the run that I would never have prepared power down start here in this middle of this fight randomly, but I'm glad you guys get to see bonus G.I. Joe. It's extra credit you guys get to see, right? So it's just more of this great game. Yeah.
We're excited to see bonus G.I. Joe, right, everyone?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so we get the extra guns here. This Destro fight is actually really tough. So we want to really make sure we're at least at gun 2, maybe 3 if we have to for this fight. And if that takes, a little bit of backpedaling here to do that, just to be safe for it, we'll have to do that because he has a lot of HP, but more importantly, he has a lot of platforms that he jumps over that we could take a death on if we don't kill him fast enough. But typically what we'll do is kill him really quick and do a quick kill and take an intentional death to avoid a cutscene. So I don't know if I'm going to have enough gun power to make that happen fast enough. So we're going to make sure that our bullets actually count. Because your ammo doesn't actually change in your gun power. You'd think, oh, okay, your gun power, maybe you're shooting more bullets at a time. Does that affect your ammo? No, not really. Not in the G.I. Joe universe. Apparently the bullets that are already in your inventory just become stronger. So that's what we're going to do here. We'll take this intentional hit. Go there, grab the health. All right, we got one big scary enemy left that we're worried about here. I would love to have one more gun upgrade, but we'll live with this. That's fine. Take that one. He tried to come at me again. We already had the iframes. All right, we got the Destro fight. All right, so I'm actually going to use Snake Eyes and some grenades here, if I can, just because I'm worried about rock and roll's health a little bit. 2 packs a day will do that to you. So then we'll just grenade this guy up. Normally we'll be using the gun here, but like I said, rock and roll's only got a little bit of gun power, and I don't want him to hit the machine and take too much damage. We can let Snake Eyes be the scapegoat for that. All right, so then once we get enough damage here with the grenades.
And Snake Eyes can really just toss grenades. Like, you see how fast he's throwing those. That's one of Snake Eyes' best abilities, is he can fire grenades way fast.
He is the only character in which you can hold up and just mash B and it'll fire grenades. Everyone else you have to wait for an entire animation. So this is a pretty brutal fight, though. These moons do a good bit of damage. Normally, if we had max power, he'd be gone by now. So we just got to ration our bullets and play it really safe through here. There we go. And we'll take an intentional death if we can. Yes, move the cutscene. Nice. All right, we got the trick. All right, and now we are at the last level. So we get to see General Hawk in all of his pride there. He is going to be leading this mission himself. Mad Mega can tell you what he does a little bit more special than the rest of the characters do.
So General Hawk is really awesome because he can fly. I mean, his name's Hawk. I guess that makes sense. He should be able to fly. And we're going to utilize that to get through this very large base that has 8 bombs that have to be planted, while also collecting a bunch of gun upgrades for General Hawk's weapon that we're going to need for the final fight, and also taking a few intentional hits here for rock and roll. We're going to, the way that this map is laid out, the last bomb is very, very far away from the exit of this room. So what we do is, but the entrance, however, is very close to the exit. So we will take an intentional death with rock and roll here in the future. That's why we're taking some damage here to set up a nice little death warp later on in this. But In the meantime, we get to have General Hawk flying around this completely unencumbered by the laws of gravity.
Yeah, he's got a jetpack, I guess what that thing is on the back of him there. That would have been really nice for the first 5 missions, dude. So I appreciate that you're like our commander and like leading us to places, but if you were this good this whole time, man, like, come on. Like, that's like Jordan going to play baseball for a while, right? Like, go help your team. Like, your squad needs you. You're still under contract, right? You just retired. All right, so we're going to place a couple more of these checks here. We're going to get General Hawk to max power, and then, like I said before, we're going to take an intentional death with rock and roll. He's going to take like this map here has the check marks so scattered and is a gigantic maze. So we try to put the most efficient route, obviously time-wise, would be to go get the last check mark, and then if we could, press a button that lets us warp back to the beginning, which takes us right near the exit. Well, the only warp that we have is killing somebody, so that's what we're going to do here. Normally we would have, rock and roll just have 1 HP here already, but we missed a grenade there at the beginning because those guys who are lobbing grenades that you can see in the lower section of this level, they do a lot more damage than everybody else. They do 4 HP. And by taking that intentional death in 5-1, or 5-3, not only did we avoid the cutscene there, but we reduced rock and roll's health back to what he started at, which is 9 HP. And if you guys are good at math, 9 HP minus 4 HP minus 4 HP puts you right at 1. So if we had taken 2 grenades, that'd have been fine. But a couple of those missile guys had different ideas on what they wanted to do with our time there. So he got hit with a missile instead of a grenade. So that's why he's down a little bit. So every little bit here, I'm just trying to whittle him down a little bit further. Those guys do 2 HP, so they're not good to hang out with.
While we're flying around, any chance I could sneak in a few?
Yeah, let's get one more here before this intentional death. We got time.
All right, we have $20 from Zero the 14th, who says, "Awesome job, PJ. Great to see this game at GDQ. Keep up the amazing work."
Zero the 14th, huge help in our community there. He's one of the moderators of the board, and he's done commentary for this run before as well, and is 3rd in the world at this game on speedrun.com. So thank you so much, Zero, for your support and all of your help. GI doesn't really have much of a community, to be honest. It's basically just me and Zero and whoever we tag on Twitter that doesn't respond to us half the time. But I hope it grows. The game is a lot of fun, and it has a lot more optimization built into it. Toad and Tarbash did some amazing things back in the day, but I want to see more things get discovered, because I'm discovering tricks that would make their times better even. And they are, you guys know, they're like on the Mount Rushmore of like NES runs. So just seeing more people try these things out and get that execution even better would be awesome to see. All right, we got our last fight here. I'm going to step into the sparks here and take 1 hit instead of bumping my head like getting out of a taxi to take 4. We're going to have time when General Hawk dies. When that happens, about 5 to 10 seconds later, there is a slight photosensitivity warning. So we're just going to shoot this guy up, and we're going to hope we don't not turn into a lizard. Oh my gosh, we turned into a lizard, but we lived. All right, you got to see that.
Oh no.
We're fine. All right, so we got 5 HP. There we go. Time. We did it. And we turned into a lizard too. We got that strat. Oh, almost the intentional death. All right, a little bit of flashing here, guys, so I'll let you know when it's done.
They really went all out on the last video there.
Oh, for sure. They actually do that at the end of every level, but it's not nearly as long. And that is G.I. Joe. I know we're already over time, so I want to be quick here, but thanks so much to my couch. Thanks to everybody for having us. I know we've had less NES games than we've ever had before here recently, and that's because not a lot of people are submitting them like these. This is like the Cadillac console of speedrunning. You look at old GDQs, it's so many NES games. We would love to have more and more players submitting more and more runs. I think that its popularity is as big as ever with its select group, but man, it's so much fun. It's so nice to get a really crisp looking old console, put on a nice CRT up here. Like, thank you guys for accommodating us with that request. And then, just thank all the guys. We got Yels and Chess Jerk out there later doing an NES run. I'll be here on the couch for Sathresh doing Maniac Mansion. Thank you guys so much for the donations. It looks like we're really close to 300K, so keep those coming, and thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for showcasing that fantastic run. Really appreciate it. So much happens in that game. It's so fun to watch. And yes, we are less than $5,000 away from 300,000. Definitely getting close. I'm going to read one more donation here. $25 from Flashfire, who says, "This message cost me 100,000 channel points." Believe that's for PJ's channel. Make sure you're following our runners from this week. We have so many fantastic runners to showcase. With that, though, I think we could all use a little break. So go ahead, stretch, get some water, hydrate, and we'll be back before you know it. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Summer Games Done Quick 2023 live here from Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are getting set up for our next run, which is going to be Maniac Mansion. If you have not seen that one before, definitely worth sticking around for. We have multiple characters, different things going on. It's going to be quite the adventure. I definitely had some adventures the first time watching it. Would encourage you to stick around and see that one as well. Shout out to everyone donating. We have $25 from Bada Bing Bang, who says, greetings from Germany and a good time to all runners and viewers. Thank you so much. We also have $25 from Volterra, who says, greetings from Germany. Let's see if we can catch up to our neighbors for the Returnal incentive. Lots of love for this event and all the runners. Thank you so much. Let's take a look. How are we doing on the language choice bid war for Returnal? Oh, Germany, you're making it happen. Germany is now in the lead with German as the current leader in this bid war at $325. French has fallen into second with $260, so still a close race, but shout outs to Germany, making it happen. German is currently in the lead. That run will be happening later this afternoon in local time or just later in the day wherever you are. We're also working towards an incentive for Returnal around the Tower of Sisyphus Phase 1. Currently, we're at about $1,500 out of a needed $10,000 to make that happen, so definitely making good progress there. And I keep looking at our overall donation total. We have raised $295,840 for Doctors Without Borders. Less than $5,000 to go to get that 300K mark. I would love to have that happen soon. Thank you again, everyone, for your generosity. We have $25 from Hip Hop Anonymous, who says, love you, GDQ. Always have, always will. Oh, we love you too. Thank you so much for donating. We have $100 from Murloc, who says, let's go, GDQ. Thank you so much. Let's go, GDQ, indeed. And again, we are here raising money for Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders, or MSF, brings medical humanitarian assistance to people affected by conflict, natural disasters, epidemics, and healthcare exclusion. When disaster strikes, MSF staff are often among the first on the scene, sometimes arriving in a matter of minutes. 94% of money raised by MSF USA in 2021 came from individual donors, as they do not accept any government funding and are free from any government's political or military goals. This allows MSF to reach communities in need without restriction, often going where other organizations cannot. And when we talk about individual donors, that's all of you out there donating. Your generosity allows MSF to transcend borders, getting rid of all those borders, we don't need those here, and help everyone in need worldwide. Thank you again so much, everyone, for helping us make such a huge difference in the world. We have $100 here from Anonymous, no comment, but thank you so much for that one. We also have $25 from MD Laquip, who says, GMGDQ, leave no incentive behind, smiley face. It's a great reminder to check in on our incentives. We are working towards that Bastion any percent race as well. That is currently at $9,183 out of a needed $15,000. So we're getting really nice progress on that one. Again, both Bastion and Returnal, the games with open incentives right now, will be coming up later today. Right now, once again, we're setting up for Maniac Mansion, followed by our Disney block. We're going to get to see 2 Disney games just after this. That'll be Disney's 102 Dalmatians, Puppies to the Rescue. That'll be an all levels inbounds race by Passeray and Tainted Tally. And we're going to have Ratatouille. That's going to be an any percent run by ADEF. I have gotten to preview both of those. They're both very much 3D platformers. They both have some really cool mechanics, so I'm excited to see our runners show those 2 off. We have $65 from German Schnitzel, who says, awesome event, as always, less than 3. Thank you so much. Heart right back at you. We have $250 from Anonymous. No comment on that one, but thank you again so much for your support. And I want to call out our prizes because that $250 did get them in to win the life-size Ivysaur plush. That is a $250 cumulative donation across the event. Of course, there are many other things that are only open during this block, such as that $5 minimum donation, Kirby Big Boy Cross Stitch. Just look at his adorable little arms. They're so cute. I love Kirby. And of course, for our next game, NES Maniac Mansion Shadow Box, that is a $25 minimum donation. Look at how fantastic that is. If you're excited about this game, you definitely want to get your $25 in a single donation to potentially win that fantastic prize. And speaking of, we have $25 from Anne, who says, what time is it? It is GDQ time. Greetings from Germany, and keep up the excellent work. Thank you so much. Germany coming through really strong right now. Shout outs to Germany. I hope everyone in Germany and around the world is having a wonderful day. We have $50 from Eric's33, who says, enjoyed the fun G.I. Joe run. I love seeing fun old school games that are new to me. Good luck to all the runners this SGDQ. Well, if you haven't seen Maniac Mansion, speaking of old school games that might be new to a lot of people watching, that's going to be next. That's going to be a fantastic run as well. We have $250 from Zal. No comment on that one, but thank you so much for your generosity. And remember, everyone, please make sure to assign your donations to one of our incentives when you donate. You should see an incentives button at the bottom of the donate page, and you can choose between a bonus any % raise for Bastion, a Tower of Sisyphus Phase 1 incentive for Returnal, or our language choice for Returnal. That has been a very toasty bid war so far today. Really excited to see where that one ends up. An update on that one, German is still in the lead with $330, but French is starting to mount the comeback, coming in at $285. I also need to shout out Portuguese. Portuguese has not really been in the top 3 so far today, but is now bursting up in the rankings up to $105. So our top 3 choices are all now over $100. Thank you so much, everyone, for your generosity. And if you're a fan of English, Italian, or Spanish, those are options as well, so get your donations in. All right, I hope you're ready for some fun and some fast, because this game has both. It's time for an any % Maniac Mansion run with runner Sathdresh. Good luck.